Hi everyone, Jacqueline here. So today it's not very nice outside. We have a little bit of a storm blowing through. It's very gusty, windy, it's snow, it's a bit of rain, sleet, and it's just not nice out. So we're gonna do a video inside today. And I thought, hey, it's a good time to give you guys an update on my seedlings. So let's go through what kind of growth I've had on some of them. And I'll share with you some things that went well and things that didn't go quite so well within my expectations of what some of these seeds should have did for a germination rate. So let's begin. Geraniums. Geraniums were, in my opinion, a success. You can see here some of the sizes I'm getting on my geraniums. These are the lilac, pinto, and the white geraniums, the Maverick and the Ringo 2000. I think I have about 100 geraniums in total, but you can see here we're getting some really nice healthy growth and they're looking good. They have been outside a little bit when the weather's been decent. I do use a fan inside periodically. I also open windows and doors so that we let the fresh air move through the house and so that they get some nice breezes. I have not fertilized these much. I just recently started soaking them in a bit of the Miracle-Gro all-purpose plant fertilizer. So you can see they seem to be enjoying it. The big thing with geraniums is don't overwater, particularly inside. Wait till they're light. And how I judge that is by the weight of the container. So if it's got some weight in it, don't water it. So that's been the key. Particularly the Ringo 2000s are more sensitive. So the lilac ones are very sensitive to overwatering. They will tell you right away with curled leaves that they are not happy. So that is how they are doing. And you can see they're looking really good. So I'm happy with that. I would consider that a good success this year. Let's talk dahlias. So dahlias have been hit and miss, what has went well and what hasn't. So these are the pom-poms. You can see we're getting some height. I have been pinching them back and we're getting new shoots here. And I've been trying to harden them off a bit more. They have not been going outside because we have just had the worst winds and they would be toast if I put them out. So once again, windows, doors, and fans have been the key to getting these going. Don't overwater like the geraniums. They don't like it. It's so easy to overwater in the house. And a good seed starting mix seems to be key to help if you are a kind of person that overwaters. So you can see they're doing okay. And I'm quite happy with the growth on them. So those are the dahlias from seed. And this would be pom-pom. The dwarf were not so great, or the decorative, but the pom-pom, I would recommend them again. English lavender. Here is my English lavender that I grew from seed. I really like this. If you brush up against it, you just lightly touch the leaves, you can smell beautiful lavender. This is not hardy to my zone 3, so I treat this like an annual. Unless I want to bring it in for the winter and try to carry it over in a pot in a windowsill, I could do that. But for the most part, I consider these an annual. And I would put these actually in a container, probably in a container planter on the ground versus a hanging basket. Or you could plant them in a border. They'd be pretty. Or just scatter them throughout the garden so that when the wind gusts, you could get that scent of lavender in the garden. But really love the smell of this. So that's been an okay thing. I didn't do so well with it last year. This year, much improved. Lupins. My festive lupins, you can see they're coming along. They're not that big, but they're doing okay. They really do not like to be overwatered. So for planting them in the garden outside, you want to put them in an area where it's a bit drier because they don't like excessive moisture and they love the sun. So you can put them in sun, part sun, and they will be happy as long as the area isn't soaking wet. So this has been an okay success. Next on the list, Delphinium. I don't grow Delphinium in the house, but here they are, some Delphinium that I've grown in the house. These are the Pacific Giants. I prefer to sow them outside. After doing this experiment of growing them in the house, I would definitely continue to direct sow outside. It's just so much easier. And quite honestly, I have only so much space in the house to grow these. But anyhow, this is how they look. They're very cute. And they're one of my favorite perennials because of the brilliant shades of blues, purples, lavenders, and whites and pinks. So if you are in a climate where you want to sow them inside, go for it. You can be successful with them. Just don't cover the seed with dirt. Same with outside. If I sow them directly into the garden, don't cover the seed with dirt or soil, as we call it in the gardening world, because You want them to germinate, and they need light to germinate, but keep them moist outside. All right, the Pineberry Strawberry. I had 2 roots, and I have one that survived. The other one did not, so I'm just holding on to it, and it's going to go out in the garden. I am hoping next week. So this is basically a white strawberry, really sweet, gorgeous plants. It will have to be protected for the winter because all the rating I do on these, they are at least a zone 5 and up. So in my zone 3 climate, I would have to protect them for the winter. But if they're that juicy and sweet, like what I've tasted previously from ones I bought in the store, then I would say they're well worth it. So I'm willing to give that extra effort for something that's so tasty. I lost the audio on my video. My mic got kind of twisted into my shirt, so it became all muffled. So I'm going to record over this. So anyhow, these are my magic carpet snapdragons. They did okay. They're very spindly. I'm not sure I would grow this type again. They were successful. Maybe the flowers will be worth it. But right now, I'm not impressed at how spindly they are. We'll see how they do out in the garden. So that was a success, but they may not be what I'm looking for in a snapdragon, but that's all they had at the store, and I thought, hey, I'll give it a try. This is the giant Swiss pansies. Love the giant Swiss pansies. Absolutely gorgeous. They have done well. I never have any trouble growing these. They look very frail when you first grow them, but once they start putting on some growth, they're pretty strong. And I grew 2 different kinds here. I love them because the flowers are huge and they're so colorful and cheerful. I will always grow pansies, I think. Next on the list here is one of my biggest disappointments. These are the Waterfall Island petunias, and quite honestly, for 500 seeds, I only got probably 180 plants. Total bummer on this one. I don't think I would grow these again. Now, starting them mid-March or late March is the way to go. Definitely not a problem there. They just did not germinate. Like, a lot of cells were empty, so I ended up repotting them into a couple, like about 3 trays, down from like about 6 trays that I had of them. And I don't know that I would grow petunias again. They did not do well. The magenta that I bought from the store did not germinate, and the silver that I bought, I only got 1 plant out of it, and it hasn't grown hardly at all. So I'm going to try it again. I got some more seed from Vessies for the silver, and I'm going to start them again, and I'm going to use the Pro Mix seed starting mix. I'm going to try a different seed starting mix. Before it was Pro Mix soil, supposed to be seed starting mix, but I really wanted a lighter seed starting mix, so we'll try that and see if it works. If it doesn't, I will be purchasing these here on in from the stores, from the big box stores and the greenhouses, because it's just not worth the hassle and the cost. Those seeds were expensive for 500 seeds, so I can get a lot of bedding plants that are good quality for that. So I think this might be the last time I try this, or I'll direct sow outside. When it comes to growing plants, I really try to stick within my budget for growing flowers. I try to grow the stuff that's the most reliable. And some things do well, some things don't. This year has been hit and miss on some of the seeds that I've grown. So I'm going to show you some more plants that I am growing that I've been happy with, and some that are very reliable, I can count on and will grow every single year. Pansies were one of them that I will grow every single year. But the next one is coleus. I don't need to go out and buy expensive plants from name brands where I'm paying $6, $7, maybe even $12, $14 a plant, unless I'm doing some special arrangement in that. Because quite honestly, when it comes to coleus, there are some beautiful seeds in the rainbow mix. You get a nice variety of colors, and you get a lot of seed for only a few dollars. So it's well worth it to grow coleus from seeds. There are some really cool colors that some of these other brands grow that really look great in arrangements, but they're very costly. But I will definitely grow them if I'm doing something special, or if I'm doing some sort of particular color arrangement. But each to your own, you know, depending on the size of your garden and that, maybe you want to go that route and you don't want to spend a lot of time growing plants inside over the winter. However, you know, I have a large yard, so I need a lot of coleus, I guess, and I give them away to friends. So these are my coleus, and I love them. This is a really nice mix. I grew rainbow last year, extremely happy, beautiful big plants, and I started these really late this year. Last year I started way too early in February, and I started these in late March, and they have done well. I've got some really nice deep purples, magentas. I've got some lime greens in here, and I got a lot of speckles and a lot with the pink striped in the leaves. So very happy with this, and I will be starting to pinch these up soon, but I would like them a little bit bigger, and I'm starting to fertilize now. They're so easy to grow and germinate inside. I did try some of the other varieties from Vessie's last year, and they did okay. But the rainbow, in my opinion, is the most reliable out of all coleus, and they just look beautiful in the planters. So I have a lot here, and I will, like I said, give some away, but I can do a lot of containers with this and put them in the garden in areas where they like shade and where they like sun. They're so versatile. I just can't go wrong with them. So this is one I will grow every single year, will be the rainbow. And I'm always excited as they grow to see what color the leaves are going to be. That's kind of the fun part or the mystery of growing the rainbow mix coleus. You just don't know what colors you're going to get. So this is a win, in my opinion, and very successful to grow these. So let me know in the comments if you are growing these in your garden, if you grow them from seed, or if you buy some of the name brand plants. Like I said, I did pick up a few of the name brands this year. I think I got 3 plants just to try because they are really nice. But once again, I rely on my rainbow mix because they always come through for me. And I grow them in my home, and they go out in my garden, and they are climatized for my zone 3. This is an interesting one. My first time growing Status, and this is easy to grow, you guys. You can't beat it. It's a great dried flower. It looks good in arrangements. It's got some brilliant bright colors and purples and magentas, some whites, yellows. It's just an all-time classic cottage garden flower. So I grew these, and they were so easy. One thing I did learn though is they do not like being split and transplanted. So I overseeded a few cells. So I thought, okay, I'll remove them from the cell. I'll gently tug them apart and put them in another cell. They did not like that at all. So if you overplant, you know, put too many seeds in a cell, just leave them alone and plant them in your arrangements or in the garden, and don't worry about it, because if you try tugging them apart, they do not like that. But I have so many of them that losing a couple, no big deal. So I hope you enjoyed that video, everyone. Maddie wanted to get up here and say hi. She's wanting some love and kept jumping on me through the videos. So here she is now. And I just wanted to say thank you for watching this video, and share in the comments what's went well with you and your seed starting journey and what hasn't worked so well. I'd love to hear from you. And I will continue to share the tips and tricks and the things that don't work for me, and we can all learn from each other. I mean, that's the whole goal for myself of having a gardening channel, is to be able to communicate with you guys and share our garden journeys together and build this community of gardeners, because that's what I enjoy most, is chatting with you guys and growing plants. So thank you, and I'll see you in the next video, everyone. Maddie and I both say goodbye. Bye, everybody.